Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. It's still not clear when Newcastle's Christmas bus will be back on the road after a vandalism attack. The public bus was making its usual rounds yesterday afternoon when a brick was thrown through the rear window. Glass from the smashed window sprayed into the interior of the bus, but none of the passengers on board were injured. The latest crime statistics show shoplifting has significantly increased in Newcastle and Lake Macquarie over the past 2 years. In the 2 years to September, stealing from a retail store jumped by almost 31%. It bucked a statewide trend, which saw all 13 major crime categories remain stable over the past 2 years. The Bureau of Crime Statistics says the spike in shoplifting isn't directly linked to cost of living pressures, with thefts of liquor at the top of the list, suggesting culprits aren't targeting necessities. Hunter MP and Chair of the Parliamentary Inquiry into Nuclear Energy, Dan Repicoli, has shared some of the findings from the public hearing in Muswellbrook. The House Select Committee was in the area yesterday as it works to understand the priorities and concerns of communities in areas which have been earmarked by the Coalition for a reactor if it wins the next federal election. Dan Repicoli says they heard from a broad range of people with varying views on the energy source.
So there were some people that were for it, there were some people that are against it. We've seen a good balance of people on either side. It's just good to hear the opinions from some experts, some locals in the area, and some people that are affected by it or not affected by it. So it's been really good hearing from the locals in Muswellbrook, and looking forward to putting down a report at some stage early in the new year.
New data out today shows positive patient experience in the Hunter New England Hospital emergency departments are below the state average. The Bureau of Health Information Emergency Patient Survey found while most still ranked their experience as good to very good, patients at Maitland Hospital ranked their experience significantly lower for more than a third of the survey questions. In particular, questions around overall satisfaction and outcomes, compassion, respect and kindness, and clear information. Across the nation, the emissions intensity of new vehicles sold last year experienced a 5% fall compared to the year before, according to a new report. The report also found new vehicles purchased in regional areas had an emissions intensity around 20 grams more per kilometre on average than those purchased in the city. National Transportation Commission CEO Michael Hopkins says steps can be taken to address emissions intensity of vehicles across the nation and the Hunter.
Australia's emissions intensity is higher than in Europe, where the average for new passenger vehicle and SUV sales is about 107 grams per kilometre. By comparison, Newcastle in Australia in 2023 had an average of 150 grams per kilometre for the same types of vehicles, so that's about 40% higher than in Europe. So while we're making progress, our emissions intensity is closer to the levels of the US and Canada at the moment.
Newcastle Council expects to reopen the city's expanded art gallery in late September next year. The final stages of construction are underway, with a special fit-out needed to properly care for and maintain the art collection, which has an estimated value of $126 million. A special temperature control system and highly specified loading dock and quarantine area are needed for the safe handling of high-value works of art. The gallery closed in 2022 to make way for the major expansion.
2NURFM Sport.
Jets defender Alex Schuschnigg will be getting prepared to face his former club in Perth Glory on Saturday as the side try to change their fortune around. The team will also be facing familiar players, with Glory having former captain Brandon O'Neill and striker Adam Taggart. Schuschnigg says controlling Taggart will be important to get the result.
I just feel like, you've got to watch out for his runs. He's definitely, looks for the space in behind and in between defenders, so that's something we've got to focus on.
Former Knights winger Letia Mokodeki is looking to change sports to gridiron after being selected for the NFL's International Player Pathway program for 2025. Mokodeki played 32 New South Wales Cup matches for the club before finishing his 2024 year with Lakes United. Meanwhile, Knights playmaker Tyson Gamble will be hoping to feature in the playing squad for 2025 as he aims for a consistent season following an injury-interrupted 2024 campaign. That's sport. I'm Jessie Dennett.
And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 1, 20, 23, 29, 34, 39 and 46, and the supplementaries are 24, 42 and 43. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.